Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So after the debacle of dropping the coating bottle, my new one showed up, and so we're going to get to coating the Camaro here. Just to kind of go over a quick little summary recap, the paint was polished with Dr. Beasley's NSP Surface Primer 95. So this is their mid-grade polish, because you have 45, which would be here, and then 150, which would be here, which would be their compound. In most instances, this is going to be your one-step polish. In some cases, you can get by with 45 as your one step if the paint is on the soft side. But NSP 95 is the recommended go-to for one-step polishes. Pad dependent, you can increase its cut with a cutting pad, or you can decrease its cut with the polishing pad, or even a foam finishing pad. Just depends on what you're really trying to achieve. Now with this car here, because it just had some minor defects in here, I just used various polishing pads: Rupes yellow, Lake Country HDO orange polishing pads, and some Americana Global orange polishing pads in the 5-inch version and the 3-inch version. So the paint's looking really good. It's polished out, looks glossy. Now it's ready to accept the coating. Now one of the things about NSP 95 and all the surface primers is you don't need to do a panel wipe with these polishes. You can just go straight to your coating. I've used it with ceramic, I've used them with graphene coatings. All the coatings I've used it with have all bonded just fine, no issues with any premature failure of the coatings, and I'll continue to use them. If you guys want to watch, I'll post the video down below in a pinned comment where you can watch the video that goes over why you can use, why you don't need a panel wipe for these polishes. So you will get the little ghosting effect on here. Even on white paint, you can see it under some light lighting, the perfect lighting conditions. Just take another towel here, and then just lightly wipe over the paint like this, and then you're going to go ahead and apply your coating. That will get rid of the ghosting on there, and then it won't come back. So it's a very minor thing that happens with it. So let's get to the coating here that I've chosen to go with here. So the other thing is I also ordered Diamond Quick Body, which is their spray sealant, which you can use as a maintenance product every few months. They only have the 250 milliliter in stock at the rag company. I believe this is stated to last up to 6 months, I believe. So we'll go ahead and try this. Hopefully they come up with some sort of drying aid product that you can use with the coating, rather than using this all the time, because it's going to be kind of expensive to use this as a drying aid all the time, and you don't need a drying aid per se all the time that has protection. Okay, I also have my bottle of Absolute, which I ordered off Amazon. I'll be posting up a video on how to use this and its results there, so stay tuned for that as well. Okay, so the coating I've chosen to go with is Diamond Body, and this one looks a little more yellow than the first bottle I had. So kind of just I noticed a different color. The reason I chose to go with Body is because my car, this Camaro here, sits in the garage most of the time. So I don't need the most durable form of protection on here. Like, I don't need a 36-month coating, I don't need a 10-year coating, I don't need a 5-year coating. This will be just fine because it's going to last quite a long time, especially since it's a garage kept vehicle. So they claim up to 18 months of protection, which is a year and a half. It's a single layer coating with the second layer optional, and to apply that second layer, it's 1 hour after the first layer. So basically, by the time you go around the vehicle, you can go back to your starting point and put the second layer on there. They claim a slick feeling. It doesn't really feel slick. It tends to tack up like a typical coating, and they say a caramel gloss shine, which I think is the way I interpret that is their candy gloss finish. Application temperatures is 10 to 30 degrees centigrade or 50 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Just happens to be 79 degrees Fahrenheit today. Humidity, I'll check right now. Humidities, you want to be in the 70% range. Anything more than that, you're going to kind of have some issues with the flash time. So it's okay to use on paint, headlights, rubber, and metal trim. And then as soon as you finish coating, it says it's ready to remove when you have a haze appearing on the surface. Flash time 1 to 3 minutes. It says less in high heat and humidity, and you want to shake the bottle 15 seconds before you use it. and you can use it as a yearly maintenance on top of their other coatings. So like their other coatings, these are not ceramic, these are nano, diamond, and polymer composite coatings. So let me check the temperature here. Like I said, it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit here, and then humidity is 61%. Okay, so it's pretty decent. And then just for you guys to so it's 26 degrees Celsius here, so we're within that range to apply the coating and have no problems with it. So the first thing you want to do, this has glass beads on the bottle here, and in some instances it's really hard to see on this one. You can see the nano diamonds in the formula here. So I'm going to give it a good shake, and then you're going to use your applicator. I'm just going to use one of these today, one of these small ones. And then of course I have the coating caddy here from BB Detailing, and the gloves I chose this time are the ones that actually have the textured grip, so I don't drop the bottle this time. So just shake the bottle here. You can hear the beads. You want to just make sure that everything's shaken up pretty well. So they're claiming diamond hard scratch resistance. You know, I think coating manufacturers need to stop mentioning scratch resistance, because people start thinking they're scratch proof. Okay, so I think this is good here. Yeah, I don't know why they stayed a slick feeling here. But one thing I did notice on my towel is I used side one last time to wipe off the stuff in the spoiler here, and my towel got crispy, just so you know, on that side. Actually, what I was going to do is take this towel here, and I mean, yeah, so it doesn't feel slick at all. Just kind of letting you know that it's not slick. So I'm working with the door open here in the garage, and so you know, I just want to make sure I have no dust deposits. So I will just take this towel and lightly go over the surface here. So let's take this applicator here, and that's enough shaking here. I'm going to crack this open away from my face just in case it's pressurized. Okay. Fix this there. And we're just going to go ahead and apply. So the first time you apply the coating here on the applicator, you're going to want to saturate the first time. Put that on the caddy here, and the reason for that is you don't want to have enough product in your applicator to spread out. And then, you know, just a crosshatch pattern. I'm going to go over it one more time here. So it goes on kind of thick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on this piece as well. And on the trim, it's on the front. Okay, so it's starting to rainbow on me. I'm going to put this down here. And I got some on the glass, so I want to just go ahead and wipe this off the glass here. So we'll just let this set up for a couple minutes here, and just grab your towels. It's really hard to see. I am starting to see the little rainbow effect on here. Like I said, it's easier to see on a dark color vehicle than on white paint. So yeah, you can see that the product's on there. Actually, let me wipe this off, because I should have. I'll come back and touch up that piece here. Actually, I could probably do it now. it's just easier to kind of just work here. I really can't show you on white paint. Like I said, it's really difficult to show on white. Coating white paint is one of the hardest things to do. So I'm gonna just take a little finger swipe. I think it's just almost there to wipe off. I'm waiting for that haze to appear. Once that white haze appears, then it's ready to be wiped off. So I'm going to let this sit for a bit longer. Yeah, so it does rainbow. Just so you guys know, it does rainbow. So it's like watching paint dry here, but it is what it is. One of the benefits with this coating is you can coat multiple panels here. So I could have coated the entire black sail panel and then remove the coating, but we'll do a test spot here, kind of just see how the temperature is reacting today. Last time the temperature was pretty high, and so the humidity was higher. Yeah, so it's just staying a bit more wet. Let me take the towel here. Yeah. Just let that set up just another few seconds here, and then I'll start wiping it off. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see how this wipes off. So this is one of the smoothest coatings you're going to work with to wipe off. And so I'm wiping the outer portions first versus the inner. Okay, come back with the secondary towel here. Side, flip over to side 3. Like I said, under your towel when you're first leveling this, it's gonna feel really nice and slick, and you're thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be a real slick coating. Well, it tends to tack up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wipe this off. So the application's that easy. I mean, this coating is very user-friendly. It's really difficult to get this one wrong. I think the fact that you can see it haze up definitely helps. The rainbow does help, but again, I can't see the rainbow on white paint as easily I can on black. So that's it for the application. There's not much more I can show. I think I'll let this coating set up for about a day, and then I'll come back and I'll spray the surface with water, and then just to show the hydrophobics. And again, if you wanted to use a third towel, just flip your towel over like I just did to another side, and this will guarantee that you've removed all the excess carrier solvents from the coating here. Alright, so that's it for application of the coating here. I'll just continue going around the vehicle here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like on white paint after we coat the entire thing. Well, actually, you can see this piece is coated here. and so it's ready to go. So I'll just kind of just go over, I'll put a second layer on that back piece. Again, it's been a week since I actually I put it on Sunday, so it's not quite a week. I'll just put a second layer on there, then I'll put a second layer on around the vehicle, and I'll come back and I'll give you the final walk around of the car. Maybe I'll pull it out and you guys can check it out. Then hopefully this weekend I'll get to the wheels and put the coating on there. But that's the application for body, diamond body from Diamond Pro Tech. If you guys are interested in this coating, you know, feel free to purchase it. Like I said, it's very user friendly. I'll come back and give you a final walk around, and then again I'll let it set up for about a day or two, and then I'll kind of just take the spray bottle, spray it on there, just so you guys can get an idea of how the hydrophobics are on the car. And then I'll show you the true hydrophobics once we wash the car, for the glass coating, the paint coating, and the wheel coating. All right, so again I'll come back with the walk around of the car and show you what it looks like, and yeah, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so you know what, I decided to come back and I'll show you how to coat white paint and how to look at that here. So again, just take your coating here and we'll go over, you know, lights to have on hand. Just throw, you know, just add some drops to there. I think they say to add like 15 drops. Basically just, you know, apply it evenly. So what I usually start doing here is I work from the center out. And so, you know, just go ahead and throw a line on here, and that way I can just grab product at any time, and I'm going to work this entire section here. I'll just spread it out, and I'm going to show you one other thing here. Coating a piece of vinyl as well. I'm just going to go ahead and coat this whole inner piece at the moment. So I panel wipe this piece of vinyl here, and so I'm just going to go ahead and apply the coating to the vinyl and to protect it. I'm eventually going to change this. This is like a carbon fiber representative. I'm going to put on this trim piece on the face. Okay, so I just want to show you that you can actually use it on vinyl surfaces here. So I'm going to coat just a small surface just to show you how easy, or actually how difficult it is to see on white paint. It's very difficult to see. You're going to have to move your head side to side and use the lighting to kind of tell where the coating's at. The other thing is you can get yourself a light like this with diffused lighting, and kind of just you can see where you've applied the coating here, and you can kind of keep an eye on it, see if it's starting to do the micro beads, like it, you know, because this is supposed to have like a sweating effect as well. But this is also, diffused lighting is also your friend when it comes to coating applications. And the new so this is a Scan Grip Multi-Match 3, and as soon as I got this one, they announced the 4. This one comes with a little diffuser piece here, and it's just a cap that goes on here, and you have diffused lighting. You got the different Kelvin temperatures. The other option is you can get yourself the Geon Prism light, which works out very well. The reason I bought the Scan Grip one is because it's smaller and a little bit easier to maneuver in your hand. So that's another reason why I bought that one. This one's still good. I still use it, but I just want to kind of showcase that there is multiple ways to look at it. So like I said, diffused lighting is your friend when it comes to coatings. So I can actually see it here. So that's starting to do the sweating effect on a couple spots. Like I said, it's very difficult to coat white paint. Like I said, the other reason is just take your finger there, and if you can see your finger swipe, it's basically ready to level out. You can do that with pretty much any coating on here. And the towels I'm using Car Pro, what are these things called? Two-Face Light, that's what they're called. Okay, just come back with your secondary towel. The other towels that work really good that I like are the Rag Company Edgeless 300s. I think those are fantastic coating towels. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. This is my insurance wipe to make sure that I wiped off everything from the coating. Buy yourself many towels, wipe bigger than what you've worked in, so that takes care of that. And then we'll come back and then wipe this area here, wipe the piece of vinyl. Come back. And you've essentially coated your white paint. Like I said, it's not white's really difficult to coat, but in the right lighting conditions, it's pretty easy. And like I said, you can coat vinyl with this coating. So hopefully that helps in kind of showcasing how to coat, you know, light colored vehicle here. Like I said, you're gonna have to play around with your head movement with various angles of the light. And if, you know, as an insurance measure, I will take my light here with the diffuse lighting, hold it somewhat at a distance here, at an angle where you're looking at it with your eyes, and you want to just kind of pan over and make sure that you have no streaks in there, because those streaks are going to turn into high spots, and again, you don't want to get to the point where you have to polish that off. So that's what the diffuse lighting is for. And yeah, so that looks good. So, you know, I'll just continue moving on to the car here. I'll do this, I'll split this hood in quarters here. You know, I'll do this part here, then I'll do this part, and I'll do the same thing on that side. And then this fender, I could probably coat this entire fender and kind of see how long I can push this coating. But at least for the hood, I know that I can probably work a you know, half of this side here at its max here, because it is, at least for me in this temperature and humidity, it's I could probably do this entire piece, but I'll shrink it down, and then if I feel comfortable, then on the other side I'll just stretch it out here, and then like I said, I'll coat this entire fender here, let it do its thing, and it will just go around the vehicle. So again, stay tuned for a walk around. I just want to kind of give you an idea of how to coat white paint, how to coat a piece of vinyl, and yeah, I'll give you a quick walk around of the car once I'm done. I've already coated the other side of the black sail panel, so that top piece is done. And then so when I do my second layer, I can just start where I start at the top again, you know, work from the hood all the way to the other side. All right, so again, thanks for watching, and we'll come back with the final walk around here. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm done applying 2 layers of diamond body onto the Camaro. I use about 25 milliliters of product. I'm like halfway here, right underneath the B, or just right there on the bottom of the B. So if I was selling this as a 1-year coating, just doing 1 layer, I could actually coat 4 vehicles out of a bottle, and I'm speaking about average size vehicles. So this coating, very user friendly, went on just fine. I had no issues with it. You know, they said it's going to give you that caramel shine, which if you kind of interpret that, it's that candy coated gloss look like some other coatings offer, like a Geon Pure Evo, you know, ceramic based coatings, SiO2 coatings can give. One thing I will mention is the applicator here. So this side's completely crunchy. I can't even move the fibers. So you're going to get some significant hardness out of that coating. One little pro tip I will mention when you're applying the coating here and you're working with it. So for example, if I took this applicator and I was doing the crosshatch, right, and then I let the coating set up, and then it was time to wipe it off, I would take my initial leveling towel, wipe it off. I'm not touching the paint here, but I'll wipe off and level it as best as possible. Just remove most of it, and then I will take a secondary towel. I'm just grab this one. For example, if I was using this Car Pro two-phase light towel, which is a 365 GSM, this is a two-phase towel. The other one was a two-phase light. If I was taking this one, I'd come back and then wipe it off, and I'm looking under the lights. I'd be like, okay, that looks great, I'm done. When I noticed, and this could have been related to the temperature here, because I was working at 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 60% humidity, is when I turned on the diffused lighting here, I noticed it was still a bit smeary, and so I had to come back, and what I ended up doing is I flipped my towel to a different side, and then I actually wiped it off until I removed all that smearing off thing. And that was the carrier oils or carrier solvents, however you want to say it. It's the same thing. I had to do that and to ensure that everything was wiped off cleanly, because if I left that smearing on there, it was going to mean high spots. So you want to get it off as best as possible, because if not, you're going to end up with high spots. You're going to say what I do wrong is because those carrier oils or solvents, again, it's the same term, were still on the surface and they weren't wiped off cleanly. So again, very user friendly. I had no other than that. The little pro tip I just gave you, this is relatively easy to work with. Real nice look. I know people are going to ask me, how does this compare with Geon Pure Evo for that candy coated gloss look? I think the comparison is going to be Body 36 versus Geon Pure Evo, and kind of in terms of looks. This one actually gives a nice look, but again, this is white paint. Whatever coating I put on this white paint is going to look the same. That's just the nature of white paint. So if I put another coating on here side by side, and I told you, hey, which one, can you tell me which one's Diamond Body versus a Geon Pure Evo, you wouldn't be able to tell on white paint. So that's pretty much it. The paint was polished with Dr. Beasley's NSP95. Again, those don't require a panel wipe, and 2 layers of the coating. And I'll kind of give you a quick walk around. I applied it to the plastic trim, which darkened up the trim really nice. This vinyl piece here, which enriched the look, and the PPF on the headlights here. So I'll give you a quick walk around here of the car, and I think this is going to be it for this video. Then that's the follow-up. I'll show you the hydrophobic. So I'm just going to take a spray bottle with water, spray it on the surface. I'm going to let this coating set up overnight a bit more before I get it wet. So I just spray it on the surface, kind of just show the contact angle here, and then the sheeting ability, and then that's pretty much it. So let me take the camera off my head and give you a quick walk around. Okay, so we can take a quick look of the vehicle as I walk around. I'll kind of just show you the different angles here. And you can see that under the garage lights, the car looks great. Once I pull the car outside, it's more than likely going to get washed out, because that's the nature of white paint. It's just going to look bright white. But in certain lighting conditions, you get the nice look. Here's the black, which also looks dripping wet here, this panel here. So you can actually see how the windows look on here. So it gives you that real nice wet appearance. Again, this is going to give you that candy coated gloss look. So if you're looking for that, if that's the type of look you're looking for, this is another coating to consider. If you have a garage car like mine here, or if you're just looking to get into coatings, the quick Diamond Body is a good option here. And on a garage kept vehicle, it's more than likely going to last twice as long. So it's more than likely going to last me 36 months versus 18. Now, they don't have a dedicated topper that you can use as a drying aid, but I'll show you what they have, which you can use every month or every couple months. So look at that. You guys can actually get a real nice look here. So very nice, very glossy, and looks freaking awesome. So I haven't polished this car in like 4 years, and I forgot how good it looks when you first polish it out and put a coating on here. So that's the car. Like I said, the next video is going to be the hydrophobics. I'll just use a spray bottle, and then we'll take a look at that. But for now, the car is good. It's done. The only thing I got left is to coat the wheels, and then This car is going to have the Diamond Protect range of coatings from the glass, paint, and wheels, and then Body 36 is going to go on the Grand Prix. So stay tuned for Hydrophobics, but I hope this gives you an idea of what the gloss levels look like with this coating, and even on white paint this looks good. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next part, which is the hydrophobic portion. So we're going to be doing a quick hydrophobic test here on the Camaro here. Again, this is just water in a spray bottle here, and prime the trigger here, and so I'm going to just spray it on this black panel here, and hopefully this gives you an idea of what the hydrophobics look like. So again, just depending on the angle I'm spraying it, you can see how tight that water beading is on the surface here. So the water beading looks really good on here. You know, they claim 142-degree contact angle. It's really hard to tell, at least just with the spray bottle, but I think it looks really good. You get real tight beading on there. So hopefully this helps in kind of showcasing what the hydrophobics look like on the coating here. And you know, the coating's been sitting here for like almost 24 hours, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dry this off now. But again, the water behavior looks really good. Hopefully this helps and kind of give you an idea of what type of beading you're going to get from the coating here, and we'll see what it looks like during the first wash. Alright, so thanks for watching.